Hey everybody, Josie here, and today I saw Spider-Man: Homecoming. Now it's been out for a few days, so I'm kind of late to the party. But that's kind of the case with me. That's the only time I can see movies. But uh, I feel like after watching this movie, and then looking at the other reviews, I'm kind of surprised because I didn't completely love this movie, and it seems like everyone else did. So I don't know. I don't know why everyone else loves it that much, uh, but I don't know. It's just something that happens, I guess, sometimes. I will say, this is probably my favorite version of Peter Parker. I think Tom Holland does an amazing job as Peter Parker, and he completely sells him being a sophomore kid. You know, that whole high school thing. And I kind of think I think that's kind of the problem with me personally, and I know it's gonna be different with everybody else. But with me, my high school experience was uh, very different than most. I think I went to a charter school, so it was very small, and everybody just kind of knew each other, and everyone got along for the most part. So by those standards, when I see movies about high school kids, I can never connect to them because I feel like that was never me. That never happened to me, or all this other stuff. And I know I saw this with my cousin, and when we came out of it, he said like, "Oh, they completely nailed the awkwardness of high school." And for me personally, that was never a thing. Like no one was awkward in high school. So when I see that in movies, to me, it's very unrealistic. But I guess it's something that other people who go to like regular high school experience, I wouldn't be able to know. I mean, it's not like I'm a complete social person, but the fact that my school was small and everybody knew each other, there was never any awkwardness. I could talk to any girl I wanted to. I had no problems with that. Uh, if I wanted to go on a date, I just asked them. Like, it was never a big deal. I think I'm more awkward now than high school. But that's just one thing. And I think another thing that kind of didn't gel with me so much either was the fact that he was so convincing as this teenager that I kind of realized that I really do not like teenagers. so the so then the fact that he was so convincing, it just kind of maybe not like the movie as much. But he was great. So I don't know. It's like I said, this is completely me, and I know everybody else is gonna enjoy it for the most part. Another thing that makes me not like this movie as much as well is the fact that when the first trailer came out, I was pretty excited. I mean, I love Tom Holland's appearance in Civil War. I think he was great, and I was really excited. But then when the first trailer came out, it did pump me up. And then we got the second trailer. Now the second trailer is where the movie kind of lost me, and that's because they kind of showed a lot of the plot line, and they were going for the storyline of what makes the hero, is it the suit or and whatnot, and I like that. But I felt like we've been through that story with Iron Man 3, and I think I've mentioned this somewhere. Uh, but yeah, it's just something um, that I felt is a story that has been told, and I don't know. So when I saw this movie, all my expectations, everything I expected to see from this movie, I got, and that isn't necessarily a good thing nor a bad thing. It's just like there was nothing that surprised me, nothing that amazed me, nothing that blew my mind. It was just it went through the motions of everything I expected this movie to be, and by the end of it, I was just like, okay, we're exactly where I thought it was gonna be, and that's it. Now that isn't a bad thing, like I said, uh, it just kind of a dampened my experience for this movie. I will say, uh, there's a lot of stuff I liked a lot. I liked the Vulture. I liked him a lot. I had this conversation with my cousin where uh, I was telling him I think the Vulture should have gotten away with it. Like Spider Man's trying to stop him, and the whole time I'm just like, no, just let the man be. He's not doing anything bad. I mean, he was, I guess, but I felt like he was so sympathetic to me that I felt like he just let him go, let him do his thing, let him do his criminal activities. Why are you bugging the man? And I feel like that's a good thing. You have a villain that has clear motivations, and isn't exactly two-dimensional. There's a lot of dimension there. There was a twist that came towards the end of the movie with the Vulture, which I saw coming pretty much early on, but I don't think it was very obvious. It's just something I just assumed, and I was correct. So it could have just been luck. I don't think anyone else expected that. Like I said, I really liked the performance of Tom Holland. I also like the guy who played Ned, which is Peter Parker's best friend. Just their relationship together, it works really well because you honestly believe that they are friends and that they're hanging out. So they portray a very believable relationship, and that's great. That's important. Another issue people had with the first trailers was they were saying way too much Iron Man, and I will say if you haven't seen this movie, not to worry about it. He is in there, but his parts are very minute. They're important. They're to the story, uh, but they're spread out, and um, it's still very much Spider-Man's movie. It's just Iron Man does pop in and out once in a while, but it's not overbearing, and he doesn't take over the film. You know, it really much is a supporting character as opposed to a co-star. Okay, so it's just a like a minor supporting character. Aunt May, I thought Aunt May was pretty great. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of her either. I would have loved a few more scenes with her. I think she was great. She has a few funny moments that work really well, and she does portray it as a very protective aunt, and that's pretty cool. I really like all that aspect. Trying to think what else I liked about it. Like I said, the story itself is really good. You know, the whole arc. It's just I felt like I've seen it before, and that kind of dampened my experience. Like I've said earlier. The action sequences are actually pretty great as well. I was I enjoyed that the the main plot line was very small and very condensed. It wasn't this over large thing. There was these great moments that were pretty big, like the whole ferry scene. Uh, but for the most part, they're all he's just trying to stop an arms dealer, you know. And sure, he's like dealing these advanced weapons, but you know you don't get this moment that you get in all these superhero movies where the city's about to be destroyed or the giant light in the sky. And I really admire this movie for doing that because we see this in every movie, especially in superhero movies, and it just shows you that you could have the threat be smaller and still have this great impact on our heroes, and I think they handled that aspect great. Other than that, I'd say most people are gonna enjoy this, and most people are gonna love it more than I did. So I recommend it just for that aspect. For me, it doesn't even hit the top 10 Marvel movies. So you take that with a grain of salt because everybody else in the theater really loved this movie. So again, that's just me. And anyways, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys thought of the movie. You can go ahead and spoil and give spoilers in the comments below. And let's have a conversation. And thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.